Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Ooh-wee! What's the dang deal, baby? A lot to talk about today. Just, I like to be upfront and honest with you. Got 0 bets for today. Zilch. Nada. Kind of like Iowa to keep it close against Purdue, but I don't know, man. Don't know. Definitely want to talk about what we missed over the weekend. I swear to God, might have to do a weekend show during college hoops season. It is just that much excitement, baby. Friday night, definitely want to talk about those key games that happened. Saturday, bunch of key games. Beautiful Saturday slate of college basketball. I didn't expect it with the conference championships going on in football. I thought basketball would give us another one of those weak slates, but no, they slammed it. Did a great job this Saturday. I didn't watch any football at all. Watch Marquette get that thing slapped. A lot of top 10 schools falling this weekend, including some right outside of the top 10, like Kentucky and Arkansas. Arkansas, did they lose? I think they played tonight, actually. I do know Kentucky lost. Yikes. Duke loses to Georgia Tech. Shout out to Damon Stoudemire. I mean, shout out to the boy, Damon. He's definitely going to be the coaching spotlight this week. Love what he did at Pacific. Love now that he is at Georgia Tech. Just a quick update, 73-36. That's the record on the season. Franklin Earls 13-6. 13-8 week for me last week betting college. Oops. Had a pretty good day in the NFL yesterday. Eagles plus the 3 did not go my way. Also had a doozy with the Steelers game. Kenny Pickett gets injured. Tons of more injuries across the NFL. I will touch on the NFL briefly here later in the show. First thing I want to talk about, however, and I'm going to open it up with this. We're going to get funky. We're going to dive in. I'm not going to run from the smoke, as the kids say. College football playoffs. WTF. I don't even know what else to say. The best thing I can say, and I will say, because this will be the thing I open the show with, you'll get all of my points about it. But just briefly, you got 5 major conferences. And you only got 4 spots for a damn playoff. You would think the undefeated team gets in over any one-loss team. You would think. You would think. But that is, of course, not always the case. Definitely not the case here. Florida State, I feel like, personally, bamboozled. 12-1, 12-1, and then 2 13-0 teams. I feel like you gotta have the third 13-0 team in there. Just me. This is Captain by a hook with the red beard. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Monday, the 4th of December. This is the 260th episode, and this is a morning show, baby. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard. I'm talking college football playoffs to open the show here. Alabama taking on Michigan. Michigan. Y'all saw the video? Shivering when they heard Alabama and Nick Saban's named mentioned. Gonna be a good one. Gonna be a doozy, if you will. Texas, they'll be taking on Washington. I don't think that game's gonna be. I don't know. Haven't really followed Texas all year, outside of them beating Alabama. Couldn't tell you anything they've done. It looks like they haven't. Well, I don't even know who they lost to. They lost one game. Anyway, they'll be playing at the Sugar Bowl in the Superdome, baby. Washington 13-0. Michael Penix Jr. Give this man the damn Heisman. Pac-12, baby. Gonna go down in history. The last Pac-12 champion, the Washington Huskies. Michael Penix Jr. How about that? How about that trivia 15, 20 years from now? All the USC guesses, few UCLA had to be the mighty Bruins, right, dear? No, honey. Washington. The damn Huskies. Michael Penix, man. Shout out to the junior. Everything he's been through the last 3 or 4 seasons just to get here and get right. They're taking on Texas. I talked about it briefly in the intro. Florida State bamboozled. But either one of these teams is going to feel bamboozled. Again, and I'm not the one who brought this point up. I saw this point, and it makes the best sense. It literally makes the best sense. 5 power conferences, only 4 spots in the college football playoffs. Might as well just go back to the BCS, where they just pick 2 names out the hat at the end of the year and say these are the 2 best teams they're playing for the championship. Somebody would have still got snubbed there. 3 13-0 teams. I feel like 13-0 you get in the playoffs. That is simple. Way too simple for the average mind, I'm guessing. Then you got teams like Liberty making the argument. They're 13-0. You got teams like, I think that's the only other team. Looking through these lists, Liberty and Florida State, the only 2 undefeated teams not in the college football playoffs. I do understand Liberty being in a smaller conference. However, the ACC should not be one of the conferences that gets snubbed or laughed at. Yes, Alabama, heck of a season. Hats off to you. You beat Georgia. After losing to Texas, you don't lose another game. Florida State, undefeated. Just feels like they got snubbed for sure. And I mean, you could say Texas the same thing. I don't know if it's Alabama or Texas need to get the heck on up out of there. But I think a 13-0 team in a Power 5 conference, you make the damn college football playoffs. But hey, I guess it ain't that simple. Just go 13-0. And I get the injury. But hey, we watched TCU lose by 50 last year. The hell is the difference? Just feel bad for the kids. Just feel bad for the kids. Florida State. Hey, guess what else? Here's Georgia in the Orange Bowl. My favorite bowl. Favorite color. Favorite fruit. Favorite flavor. That orange. That nectar. Nectarine. Man. College football playoffs, baby. I think Alabama takes Michigan to the house. Beats them up. Brings them home. Then they go meet up with Texas for a rematch. How fun. Although Michael Penix in Washington impressed the hell out of me against Oregon. So for what it's worth, that's the one game I really don't know. I think Alabama's got Michigan's number. As soon as you smell fear, a dog gonna go eat. And I'm not even on Alabama's team, but I saw that video. I smelled fear in that Michigan uh, hall, ballroom, whatever you call it, when they heard that name get called. Let's jump back a little bit here on Captain Abaya Hook with the red beard. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs. Let's jump back to Friday. Number one, I'm talking collegiate hardwood here. College hoops, the greatest sport in the world. College basketball is the best sport by far above any other sport. Number one, Purdue, not the first of many top 10 schools to go down over the weekend. They fall to Northwestern. Who? Northwestern. Don't forget about this kid named Bowie. Balled the hell out last year. Friday night against number one Purdue. Bowie leads Northwestern to the upset. Purdue up 8 at the half. Looked like they were kind of gonna just get a run and cruise. Northwestern said hell to the gnaw. We're gonna take you to overtime and we're gonna beat you. Bowie, 31 points, 9 assists. Zach Edey also had a monster game in a losing effort. 35 points, 14 rebounds with 3 blocks. Shout out to Bowie and Northwestern. 6-1. And shout out to the Big Ten. They said, we ain't waiting till January, bro. Y'all want to do all these challenges, Big East, Big 12, ACC, SEC. We just going to start beating up on each other. Big Ten played a bunch of games over the weekend. It was awesome to see some conference play in early December. This is one of them. Northwestern now 1-0 in the Big Ten. Purdue 0-1 in the Big Ten. I don't know how many people bet conference outrights with me. But Purdue already with a loss. Kansas, number 5 in the nation, bound to move up. They took down UConn, giving UConn their first loss of the season. 4-point game, 69-65. Kansas at home take care of the reigning champions, UConn Huskies. Tristan Newton for Connecticut, 31 points, 6 rebounds, while Kevin McCullough led the way for Kansas with 21 points. Pair of big men, some Wooden Award nominees teed off in this game. Donovan Clingan only 8 points, 7 rebounds in 32 minutes. Talk about ugly. I thought this man was going to ball out of control. I have a text thread receipt to prove it, where I said he dropping 30 and 15. 15 points and 9 rebounds for Hunter Dickinson as Kansas takes the victory, beating number 4, UConn. Houston holds on against Xavier only by 6. Houston now 8-0. Houston. They always look good non-conference, but boy, I like what I'm seeing from this Houston team this season. They look a little better than last season. The ball moves around a little more. And BYU, they're 7-0 now, blowing out Fresno State. Moving on to Saturday, I'm going to dive into a wider range of games. Virginia, Syracuse, they play an ACC game. I love to see conference games going on. Syracuse, yikes. Virginia, 18-point victory. They just run away with the game. Out the jump, 37-24. Virginia had a 13-point lead at the half. Syracuse, man, up and down and up. Who the hell knows? Not me. Who knows? Not me. Says the man who sold the world. 100% I get sued for that. David Bowie and his people don't play. Shout out to David Bowie on this Monday morning. Michigan, they had a tough overtime game against Oregon. Oregon impressing me early. Oregon pulls away with a 3-point win, 86-83. Doug McDaniels from Michigan drops 33 points in a losing effort. Arizona holds on big against Colgate. They're 7-0. Wisconsin, they take down number 3 in the country, Marquette, and they do it in convincing fashion, 75-64, 11-point victory. Now, I'm gonna say this as quickly as possible. I might have misjudged this Wisconsin team. Now, I give out bets on Stare Down Sports, and I send some texts to some people, and I told a lot of people to bet Marquette on Saturday morning. I even got one question that said, "Why is Marquette only 2.5?" And my response was arrogantly, because they want us to get rich. Um, Wisconsin. After I saw the Providence game, I knocked them down probably close to last in the Big Ten in power rankings, um, near the bottom 90s, closer to 100, that range on power rankings, period. I got Marquette top 10. Wisconsin beat the hell out of Marquette. And I forget who Wisconsin played about a week or two ago, between the Providence game and this game, but they beat the hell out of them too. Wisconsin, 6-2. I need to reevaluate how I rank this team. Wisconsin is a good team. They play good basketball, and I'm going to look forward to watching this Wisconsin team go through the Big Ten. Not the biggest Wisconsin fan, but I do love betting on them. Love Big Ten basketball. Always love riding with Wisconsin at home. Uh, Sam Decker, man, Frank Kaminsky, bring it back to those days, and even before those days, they just had some magical runs in that tournament. Can't help but love Wisconsin. But how do they beat number 3 Marquette? Still shocked about that one. Marquette just, I don't know, couldn't stop them. 46 points put up in the first half by Wisconsin. An even more impressive win. Georgia Tech now 1-0 ACC play, because they beat Duke. Duke 0-1 in the ACC, 5-3 on the season. Duke's been an up and down team. Struggling this one, 4-point win. Georgia Tech barely comes away with the victory. Shout out Damon Stoudemire, first year at Georgia Tech. Got the Georgia Tech boys 4-2. Huge win over number 7 in the nation, Duke. A lot of top 10 teams going down. Number 8, they will be dropped probably today. Lost to Kentucky last week. Miami, they do hold strongly against Notre Dame. Baylor gets the win. Gonzaga, beautiful game to end Saturday night. I took Gonzaga last minute -3.5. They win by 13. I also took the overselled. Boogie Ellis, shout out to him for USC. 28 points, 7 rebounds. Don't know when. I'm sure it'll be in the next 10 days, maybe the next 2 to 3 games. I'm guessing. It could be this next game, or I'm guessing the next 3 games. We see Bronny James make his debut. I really got a strong feeling he's going to miss one more game. Come back middle of December. 2 games from now. We can see, though. USC, Boogie Ellis, 27 points, 7 rebounds, trying to lead the way. They just come up short against a Gonzaga team. Now, this is the shocking one. Number 12, Kentucky, they fall. 7-point loss to UNC Wilmington, baby. Shout out Kentucky, man. Every time I believe in them more than I should, they remind me that I'm tripping. Now, I saw them beat, who was that, man? I know they lost to Kansas, but they beat somebody. I think I had it. It wouldn't tell me who they played, though. I just write down now. Maybe I didn't bet it. Kentucky, man. Huh. You never know. Kentucky played somebody, and I said, damn, this team is about to be the best team in the SEC. They're going to win the SEC. I'm not taking a lot away from this loss, but it was at Rupp Arena. It was in Lexington, and UNC Wilmington did beat 80-73 convention win. Not no lucky buzzer beater stuff. Florida Atlantic, they hold on, won by 16. North Carolina also gets the W. Number 18, Villanova gets their third loss of the season. They lose to Drexel 57-55. Just did not bring the offense. And then number 20, Colorado State, my favorite team to bet. 8-0 on the season, 8-0 ATS. They covered the spread by the hook for your boy. Colorado State beating Washington 86-81, getting it done. Shout out to Colorado State, man. I did a coaching spotlight on Nico Medved last week. Awesome job with Colorado State. Probably going to be my favorite team this season until they start tripping. And once they start tripping, I'm going to act like I never heard of them. You know what it is. Illinois, they beat down Rutgers. 20-something point victory. That's a Big Ten matchup that I was looking forward to. Gave out the Illinois money line on Stare Down Sports Saturday morning. Check Stare Down Sports for your boys' bets. That's pretty much about all that happened Saturday. And then Sunday, yesterday, the standalone game that we went with was Creighton. But real quick, Ole Miss and Maiden going. Ole Miss and Memphis going at it, 80-77. Hell of a game to watch. Chris Beard, he's got this Ole Miss running Rebels team. I can't do that to UNLV. Ole Miss Rebels. Mississippi Rebels, 7-0 now. Of course, they are 6-0 at home. A lot of home games early. Still, they beat a good team in Memphis, who is 5-2 now on the season. That was a hell of a game Saturday. Enjoyed watching that one. Yes, I was watching Ole Miss in Memphis. Yes, I was watching Ole Miss in Memphis over basketball on Saturday. And then I watched Florida Atlantic. And then I watched Colorado State. And then I think that's the night. Instead of watching Gonzaga at the end of the night, I got hooked on some, I think it was on ESPN News. Could have been ESPNU. Got hooked. Watched 7 hours of the history of the SEC. Went back through some of the great SEC college basketball moments, both men and women. Pat Summitt era, Dale Brown at LSU era. Dawn Staley, what she did in her fabulous career. Rudy Macklin. They talked about a lot of stuff. I've even learned about a few players I never even knew that story or really heard of. Derek Anderson. Shout out to him. But yeah, I got caught up on that for the next 8 hours. Just diving into some SEC history of college hoops, baby. Learning about it all. Man, like I said, Sunday standalone game was, we had Creighton taking on Nebraska. Nebraska gets their first loss of the season. We also had number 21 Mississippi State get upset by Southern, who's now 2-6. All the tweets, please relax. Talking about watch out for this Southern team. They're coming. They're 2-6. Mississippi State took them for granted, it looks like. And this young man, shout out to him. Let me get his full name. Terrion Joseph. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals for Southern. That's about all that happened yesterday. I was watching NFL. Auburn did fall to Appalachia State. Clemson is 7-0. They did beat Pittsburgh. I guess there was a few good games yesterday. Arizona State, 11-point win over San Francisco. Missouri staying hot. They're 7-2. 10-point victory over Wichita State. Virginia Tech beating Louisville. I guess just because I only bet on one game doesn't mean they were the only games popping. Another Big Ten game. Ohio State's good. I like this Ohio State team, man. Shout out to them. This guy Thornton. Let me get his full name for you real quick. You got Bruce Thornton. I always forget it's Bruce. I don't know why. 26 points, 3 steals yesterday. Love his game. Love how he controls the everything. Dawson Garcia from Minnesota, 36 points, 11 rebounds. Got to shout out anybody dropping points and rebounds like that. A double-double for him in a losing effort to Ohio State, baby. I can't preview today's games. Are a few good ones. Nothing crazy. Iowa 5-2. They're having their first Big Ten game taking on Purdue-ski. Them Purdue-ski boys. I guess that's what the Big Ten is about to plan on doing. It just hit me. They're about to add 16, 17 teams. They probably just going to start playing Big Ten basketball December 1st now. And I'm here for it. Do defense. Iowa taking on Purdue, baby. I guess I could put a little break in here. It's captain by a hook, baby. Purdue minus 13.5. Man, it's hard for me not to just take Iowa plus the points, but Purdue's got to just, right? Like the line is perfect. 13.5 is what I have. Mwah. It's rare you come out with a line exactly. Usually it's like, oh, I got 14, they got 13.5. Same line when you're doing projections. And it's not always 3.5 and 3 in football is completely different. But college hoops, 14 to a 13.5. Pretty good. But I got 13.5 on this one, just like them. Don't know which way to call it. Alabama, they take on Arkansas State. 25.5. Yikes. Over 163.5. Yikes. Same thing with Arkansas. They're taking on Furman. I actually think Furman's live in this game, man. Arkansas did just beat Duke in this home arena, proving that this home court advantage is real. So maybe Arkansas just runs away with this one against Furman with the crowd on their back. 11.5. Wish it was 8.5. You see Arkansas 8.5, bet that. I'd bet that. Not going to bet it at 11.5. And then late night game, Oregon State. I don't care to bet on them this early in the season. UTEP, the Mighty Miners. They're taking on Western New Mexico. Just wanted to say the Mighty Miners. Don't even have a line on that game for you. So that's where I'm at, man. If there's any bet that falls out of my pocket, I end up with Iowa at plus 14, 14.5 if it moves crazy. I think Iowa can keep it within 15. That's what makes me nervous because it could be right on that border of 15, 16, 17, and you just lose. So shout out to Iowa, man. Stare down sports. Motivation. Yeah, baby. Talk some football, man. We got a game tonight. The Bengals. Monday Night Football, baby. This is Captain by a Hook. You got the Bengals taking on the Jaguars. The Joe Burrow-less Bengals taking on the Jaguars. Travis Etienne Jr. He's been having a great season. Trevor Lawrence has been having a okay season. 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. The Jaguars have struggled. This minus 10 scares the hell out of me. If I had to trust anybody, I'd have to trust them. I don't think the Bengals offense can get anything rolling. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can figure out how to get a little short passing game going, get Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase out in space. They still have 2 superstars. It's just about getting them the ball in rhythm. And I'm sure Joe Burrow, as great as he is, I'm sure there's other quarterbacks capable of getting balls to playmakers, whether it's tosses, hitches, screens, and every now and again, hey, just float up the damn deep ball to keep the safeties honest. But yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this game on everything. 39.5, hate it. I can see both of these teams putting up 6 points. I can see both of these teams putting up 30 points. Both of these defenses, I do trust the Bengals defense more. Can this be a Jets situation where they keep it within 10 just on defense alone because it's 13-6? I can see that. I can see that for sure. So I'm gonna stay away from this Monday night game. Honestly, I might lean Bengals plus 10 just because the Jaguars offense and defense mostly pretty weak to me on defense, and I've seen this offensive team struggle against good defenses, and that's what the Bengals team is, regardless of Burrow not being there not or not being there or not being there or not. I'd lean Bengals plus the 10 just because it's a large number. Um, Honestly, that might be the only bet I take tonight, just because I need some action. That Iowa sounding better and better. You ain't got nothing rolling. Let's recap this weekend real quick. And then we get the hell on up out of here since I ain't got no bets for you. Starting with Thursday, Cowboys. Of course, they get the victory over Seahawks. Got the Eagles next Sunday night. Going to be a big one for both teams. Lions sneak away with a win against the Saints, and by sneak away, I mean they went up 21-0 in the first 5 minutes and cruised to victory. Derek Carr, don't know what the hell wrong with him. He got hit. They said shoulder, rib, concussion. Shout out to Derek Carr, man. Also, shout out to Laporta, rookie tight end, 9 catches, 140 yards, 1 tutty on the day. Colts, they get an overtime win. Shout out to Gardner Minshew, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, erasing Derrick Henry's 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry also had 102 yards in the losing effort. Colts sneak away with a victory in overtime against the Titans. Defense holds Titans to a field goal. Gardner Minshew comes down and gets the touchdown. Chargers, they put up 6 points in the second quarter, and those are the only points of the game. 6-0 victory for the Chargers as they beat the Patriots, who are now 2-10. Okay, Bill. It's looking more and more like Brady was the damn. Anyway, Falcons, 13-8, squeeze by the Jets. Tim Boyle not getting it done. Cardinals, they're 3-10 now. That first pick's running away from them. Cardinals, they beat the Steelers, who lose Kenny Pickett in the game to an ankle injury. Do not know the severity of it. Cardinals, 24-10. Arizona puts up points in every quarter of that game. Shout out to James Conner. 25 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, McBride, the tight end, 89 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. The Dolphins do what the Dolphins do. Tyreek Hill, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, just going crazy. 45-15 win for the Dolphins. Texans, now 7-5. Don't look now. CJ Stroud is the real deal. Sad news is Tank Dell gets carted off in this game. Yuck. Hate to see it. Hate to see young talented players getting hurt. Injuries really is the worst part of the game. Texans beat the Broncos 22-17. Buccaneers, Panthers, 21-18. Panthers now 1-11. Mike Evans doing the damn thing. 1,000 yards on the season. Every season since he's been in the league. He had 162 yards and a touchdown. Shout out to Mike Evans. It's crazy. He had 162 receiving yards. Baker Mayfield threw for 202 yards. There's only 40 yards unaccounted for just from Michael Evans and Baker Mayfield's stats. So either one other guy got a 40-yard catch or just a bunch of 3-yard damn catches. 40 yards. That is crazy. Crazy stat of the damn day. The Rams. Who would have thought? 6-6. Those tricky Rams doing the damn thing. They blow out the Browns 36-19. Speaking of blowouts, the 49ers blow out the Eagles 42-19. Boy, that was a good time. Brock Purdy, shout out to him, my fantasy quarterback. 4 touchdowns on the day with 314 yards. And then Sunday Night Football. I'm not going to go into a rant about pass interference, flags. But I mean, hot ham. Chiefs lose by 8. Packers. The Green Bay Packers now win 3 in a row, looking like a playoff team. 27-19. Jordan Love might be the next GOAT. He's had some good moments. Last night was one of them. Who knows what happens if the Chiefs get that pass interference call, but I bet you they score a damn touchdown. 2-point conversion, I don't know. I had the over, so I was happy either way. I did have the Chiefs, so could have been happier. Let's just put it like that. But shout out to the Packers, man. Love what they're doing. Almost bet them last night. Should have bet them last night. Definitely bet them Thanksgiving. Love what the Packers have shown the last month. Again, Bengals, Jaguars tonight. But hey, I got nothing for you betting wise. Beautiful weekend of sports. College football. What the hell going on with you? College basketball. Top 10s. If you got a number next to your name, you probably lost this weekend. That's the crazy part about college basketball, baby. Whole bunch of ranked teams going down this weekend. College basketball and the NFL, it gets better with every week of the season. But hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the love, and thank you for the support. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful Monday. It is December 4th, the 4th of December, and this is a morning show. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.